On this week's Jac Swarbrick show, Greg Andrews joins the program. The senior from Michigan was recently named Co-ACC Player of the Week.
Jac Collinsworth out here with Greg Andrews, senior tennis captain. Greg, appreciate you coming in and talking to us, man. So, you were a freshman of the year, Big East Player of the Year your freshman year, then you go on to be two-time Big East Player of the Year. It's a good thing you guys are moving on to the ACC, man. The Big East was getting a little too easy for you.
Yeah, no, the Big East wasn't too easy. We only managed to get one conference championship. It was a good conference. I had a lot of fun playing that conference. But the ACC is just a step up in level. It's a phenomenal tennis conference. The defending champions are there in Virginia, and tons of other good schools, UNC, Duke. It's going to be a lot of fun when we start ACC season, and I'm really looking forward to playing some of the top players in the country.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is there some new guys that you haven't played before that you're going to get the chance to play now? Talk about some of those guys.
Well, there's a ton of them. I would say almost every player in the #1 position in the ACC is a phenomenal tennis player. I just played Mitchell Frank last weekend. He's the #3 player in the country, and he's really good, and it's a lot of fun to compete with those guys. Some other guys like Michael Redlicki, a guy named Braden Schnur, some guys from other countries that I didn't get a chance to play growing up as a junior player that I will get to play now.
And Notre Dame tennis has really been, on the up and up your entire time while you've been here. Does this program really feel like it's kind of on another level right now?
Definitely. There's absolutely a change in culture. With any coaching change, there's going to be kind of a change. No disrespect to Coach Bayless, but I think the young blood has really helped us really step up intensity. And there's definitely an atmosphere that, we are a top team. We compete with the top teams, and we expect to beat, other top teams.
Yeah, this is the best start for you guys since 2005. The best start for the Notre Dame tennis program, that is. Just talk about this specific team this year. This year's team. What do you see from this year's squad?
The word we've thrown around a lot is belief, and I think that this group of guys we all believe that we are a top 10 team. That we believe that we will be very successful on a national level, and I think that's really been the key to our start, and it's something we're really hoping to continue throughout our whole season.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood growing up. I know you bounced around a little bit. We talked about it. You were young. What happened? Just talk about your childhood.
Well, my dad was an accountant for Kellogg's, the cereal company, and it's actually why I chose accounting, so I followed in his footsteps a little bit. But that took us all over the world. When I was 1.5, we actually moved to China for 2.5 years, and then from there on to Mexico, then to Texas. We were back in the States for 2 years, and then to the United Kingdom for about 7 months. And it was awesome. It was a great experience to be able to go around and see those other countries. And I would say that's a big reason I started playing tennis, because foreign countries, they don't have football or baseball a lot of times. And kind of one of the things that every country did have was tennis. And so I kind of picked it up in Mexico and kept playing since then.
Was it always a dream of yours to be a D1 athlete or even a college tennis player?
Yes. When I kind of realized what I wanted to do, when I was about 12, I realized that college tennis was probably going to be the end goal for me.
Right.
I probably wasn't going to be a professional player. And absolutely, it was definitely the dream to be a D1 athlete, compete in the NCAA tournament, things like that. It's a great experience. It's, I think, the most fun you can have playing tennis. So
you achieve that. You achieve your childhood dream. Is it everything that you imagined growing up, or is there things that are different?
It's better than I imagined. When I was playing tennis, for the 8 or so years before I got to college, it was a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun competing, but when I got here and you win a match and you clinch that match for your team, it is an indescribable feeling. I couldn't imagine feeling that good after a tennis match, and it's just great.
Tell us about your Notre Dame experience a little bit, not necessarily just within the tennis program, but really just the classes, meeting all the people. How's it been?
Well, in one word, it's been great. But to elaborate a little bit, it became clear that I made the right choice. Once I got to Notre Dame, I knew I wanted to challenge myself both athletically and academically, and I would say that there's no better place in the country to do so than Notre Dame. And just the people that I meet, you really meet so many interesting people, so many intelligent people, and really just contributes to the overall experience of being a student athlete. It's phenomenal.
Tell us a little bit about Coach Satry coming in. He's a heck of a tennis player himself. Just, does he still play with you guys a little bit?
He does, and he's awfully good, even though I don't like to admit that. We like to give him a hard time about being old and slow, but he's a great player. He was a phenomenal player when he was really competing hard, one of the best players to ever play at Notre Dame. And he brings a lot of expertise. He's a guy who knows how to win matches, and he definitely helps us do that as a coach.
No doubt. You guys have College Match Day coming up this weekend. It's covered by ESPN. How excited are you to get the chance to play in that one?
Very excited. That's an experience that doesn't happen often for a tennis player. We're not the most media-covered sport, and that can be a good thing too. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to play in front of a larger audience. We're getting a lot of great promotion from the USTA, and I think our team's just really excited to play on Saturday.
Absolutely. Any plans to continue playing tennis, or are you just going to go to the Mendoza I heard you were talking about? What are some of your plans coming up?
I'm going to spend one more year here at Notre Dame. I'm looking forward to that, not being an athlete, hopefully having a little more time on my hands to finish my graduate degree in accounting. And as far as tennis, I've given playing a little bit of professional tennis some thought, and I think that's a decision I'm going to make kind of right at the end of the season, just to see how I feel, see if I just can't give it up, then I might have to keep playing a little bit. I'm not sure quite yet.
The weird thing about tennis is, when you play football, you play basketball, you're competing against mostly guys within the United States. But when you're playing professional tennis, it's guys, the best from all over the world if you want to, compete and really make a name for yourself. So we really appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us, man. You're the best. Thank you so much.